If your friend doesn't not do well, you'll feel sad about it. If he does very well, you'll feel very sad about it. So you have fixed yourself in such a way, whichever way you cannot be happy. You're in a self-defeating mode. No matter what happens, you will not be happy. If you want to understand what I'm saying, you go and stand out on one of the main streets in Bangalore city. Leave the poor people who are selling kadlekai on the street side, leave them. People who are driving there, only look at those BMWs, Mercedes and Maseratis and whatever is going around in Bangalore city, only look at the dream cars. Because many of you may have dreams also of this. Just look at all these people. You think they are in a profusion of joy driving this car like that? No, only in case it's a stolen car, you see the joy. Otherwise, no. So success has not brought joy to them. If they're failed, of course they're frustrated. Because the very mode of approach is like this. If this mode of approach comes, whichever way, it's not going to work. Because it's not even about you. It's always about somebody here. It's never about you. The simple thing is this, see, if your joy, your sadness, your happiness, your misery is determined by something or somebody around you, the chances of you being joyful in your life is remote. Yes or no? Is it true that human experience is created from within? Is it true that human experience, joy or misery, agony or ecstasy, madness or sanity, everything is created from inside? At least if you're a manager, if you're going to be a manager, at least what is happening from within you must happen your way. Because essentially management means having situations the way we want it. Yes, management means what? Having situations the way we want it. Well, if the world is not happening your way, at least this one must be happening your way, otherwise what kind of management is this? Here there's only one person, huh? Here there are 1,000 people, they may not listen to you, they got their own stuff, but here there's only one person. At least here, what you want must happen, isn't it? If what you want happened, would you keep yourself blissed out or miserable? What's your choice? You must choose. I'm going to bless you now. If you had a choice, would you rather be blissed out or miserable? No? Blissed out, of course. So if such a thing is not happening, then all these problems come. If things work, it is a problem. If they don't work, it's a problem. If you get a seat in this institution, it's a problem. If you cannot get out of this, it's a problem. You like this place so much, you don't mind staying here, it's not like that. You must get in and you must get out ahead of others. Everything, it's never about you, it's always about something else. Outside is a variable situation. Who these people are today, tomorrow we don't know what they will say. Yes, tomorrow morning we don't know what they will say. If your way of being is determined by all these people, then you are a mess, you're bound to be a mess. When you're a mess like that, see, you call yourself a friend, if they fail, you're unhappy, if they pass, you're very unhappy. Definitely we should not use the word friend in this context. Yes, competition, I agree. Not a friend, isn't it? If your friend does well, shouldn't you be very happy? Is it really friendship? Leave the friendship business. Essentially, this problem is coming because we have not taken charge of this fundamental human mechanism. This is not happening the way you want it. Is it true that your body right now is the greatest chemical factory on the planet? It is so. It is the most complex and sophisticated chemical factory on the planet. The question is only, are you a great CEO or a lousy CEO? Because if you're a great CEO, you would create chemistry of bliss. If you're a lousy CEO, all these things will happen. Your industry should run the way you want it, isn't it? At least this one little industry.
Types of friends you should avoid. 1. The energy vampire. After spending time with this person, you feel drained, The conversation usually revolves around their problems and complaints. They will provide an emotional dump on you in order to release and feel better. That energy ends up making a withdrawal from your energy reserve, and you have nothing left to give after. If you are consistently exhausted after spending time with someone, know that the consequence is that you will have nothing left to give yourself and the people you love. 2. The calculator. This friend is always keeping score, and if your tally is not adding up, then they resent you for it. This is the one who deep down is afraid of getting shorted. So they have created coping mechanisms to make sure nobody gets more than what they give. The problem with this type of friend is that their acts of giving do not come from a genuine place. When dealing with calculative energy, you may end up adjusting your generosity too, as it creates a dynamic where you feel like you have to constantly keep score. 3. The disappearing act. This person is your BFF when they are single and needs you to be the wing person in order to fill their social calendar. But as soon as they enter a relationship, you drop abruptly to zero priority. Then, the minute they go through a breakup, you're the person they call to weep and vent to. Only for the same cycle of Mia, to repeat once they meet their next view. While it's normal for friends to have less time and availability when they have a new relationship and other priorities in their life come up, it's not okay for them to completely disappear only to reappear when in need. 4. The take, or according to author of Give and Take, by Adam Grant. There are 3 types of people: takers, givers and matchers. I think that your capacity to give is really determined at a young age, and it becomes a part of your DNA. And that is just their way of life. If you are someone who is always generous and giving, these people will know no bounds when taking from you. They likely don't even recognize that they are taking as it's their norm, nor is reciprocity a part of their thought. 5. The one-man show. This person is the star of his or her own show. Therefore, everything from the conversations to the cast, this includes you, must revolve around them. This is the friend who will happily talk for hours about their problems. And when it comes to your turn to talk, they will interrupt and maneuver the conversation to go back to them. This person may be well-intentioned, but they cannot help but center everything around me. 6. The drama queen. This person's storyline never seems to move past the conflict stage. There is always something that is making them unhappy, and there is typically someone to blame. This person chooses drama as an attitude and consequently attacks it and revels in it. They fret over the petty and trivial things and have a way of turning everything into a big deal. 7. The child that never grows up. This person has not learned how to handle his or her emotions, and unfortunately, everyone else has to pay the price. This friend lashes out, resorts to passive aggression, or other detrimental coping mechanisms to deal with conflict and disappointment. Sure, nobody is perfect, and getting a handle on the tricky range of human emotions is no easy task, but there comes a point where one needs to be responsible and accountable for their behavior. And constantly reverting to childlike reactions at the expense of others should not be tolerated. 8. The flake. There are so many great people who value your time and who are excited to commit to making plans with you. Why waste your energy on chasing people who don't follow through? Sometimes people are going through life stuff that causes them to be unavailable. That is totally understandable. But those who constantly flake due to their own inability to manage their time, that gets old fast. The friend who always says they have no time to see you. Not true. They just don't want to prioritize their time on you.